If you go on to enjoy the video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It does really help me out a lot. And if you're into Funko Pops, I've just started a brand new channel dedicated to them. The link for that can be found in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. It is the defender that everyone noticed talking about from Team of the Week, and that is Marusic. Of course, he was should be, a right mid, but for some reason played centre-back and has 90 pace, and of course very well-rounded stats. With the right chem style, can be an absolute insane player. Now, I played the very first game with him without a chem style, completely by accident. I just went into a game, and while I was playing, I was thinking, oh, hang on a minute, I haven't put a chem style on him. And that's relevant, and I'll tell you why in a second. Let's go through some of the stats that he has, though. Of course, bear in mind, A, this is only an 81 rated player, and B, if the first one was A, he used to be a right mid and now he's a centre-back. It's a very obscure position change. Normally you'd get right back to centre-back to right back, CDM to centre-back. Right mid to centre-back is a bit of a unique one. So, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot. For a centre-back, fantastic. 6'1", meets the criteria very well. Medium defensive work rate, high attacking. That is very Sergio Ramos-esque. Not that it's a bad thing necessarily, but of course it's not a great thing. And then of course he is high in average, which is fine for a centre-back, not a problem. 88 acceleration, 91 sprint speed. That is massive. That's good for a full-back, let alone a centre-back. And then he has only 67 dribbling, 71 balance, 80 reactions, 81 ball control. Of course, the dribbling is down there as well. Composure is only 76. His defensive stats in general are, they're sort of mid to high 70s. It's not bad, considering he was a right mid. So with a chem style, as you can see, I've given him a guardian. There's a reason for that, but if you were to give him an anchor, or for some reason a shadow, you could really bump those up. His physicals, considering of course he was a right mid, not that bad either. 85 jumping, which is fantastic for a centre-back of this level. 80 stamina, which is perfectly fine. 82 strength, which is good as well. If that was a normal centre-back, I'd be going, yeah, it's not bad, it could be better. But because he was a midfielder, that's what makes it even more impressive. And then, of course, he can shoot from distance if you really need him to as well. Passing's okay for a centre-back. That's the team I've got him in. It's no slouch of a side. Of course, we've got Martins up front with Pulisic. A few icons in there, obviously. Jack Grealish, for some reason, I really like him, I don't know why. And Mendy from last week's Team of the Week. Now, why is it relevant that I gave him a guardian, and why did I even give him a guardian? Because a guardian isn't really a chem style you'd associate with improving this guy to the point where you're going to want to put it over an anchor or something, because an anchor is going to improve a little bit more pace. It's going to give you that defensive boost, and of course it will boost up that physical as well. So the very first game that I played with him, he was awful, and I was really disappointed, and I thought, oh dear, I'm going to have to either scrap this or I'm going to have to give him a bad review, which of course is going to go against what everyone thinks of this card, and the reviews of him so far on Footbin and everything, very positive. His stats look fantastic. It's only an 81 rated card, but he really wasn't that good at all. I really struggled with his mobility. Even though he's fast in a straight line, he felt terrible on the jockey. His positioning was a little bit off, and it just, in general, just wasn't that great. And then I gave him a guardian, and it just loosened him up a little bit, just enough to make the card he was really good then. And I know you can argue, well, it could be. There's a kit switch by the way. I'm going to get rid of the Newport kit completely, I think, because it is throwing me off, because I've used that kit since the very beginning. Now I've switched into the Inter Milan kit, and I've made the Newport kit my away kit. I was getting confused a lot of the time. So I am aware of it. I will switch into a different kit completely. But yeah, I'm fully aware that it could be down to my opponent being much better in the first game than what my opponents were going forward, and that of course could mean that Marusic didn't feel that good in the first game. Marusic? Yeah. Didn't feel that good in the first game because my opponent was just that good, and I will attribute a little bit of it to it, but the fact that he just feels a lot better, it feels a little bit quicker, and he feels a little bit snappy and more aggressive to go and actually get the ball and to be able to move around on the jockey and such. He just felt like a completely new player once I gave him that Guardian. The reason I gave him the Guardian was because I wanted that little bit of dribbling, ball control, and balance more than anything else. I wanted to boost the agility, but you can't boost agility and defensive stats. There just isn't anything to do it. So giving him 93 stand tackle, great slide tackling, defensive awareness, heading, a little bit of an interception boost. His physicals, in my opinion, are good enough for the rating that he is. And if I can just boost up that balance a little bit, I'm going to take it. So a Guardian for me, very cheap and cheerful Chem style, but it did the business and it did exactly what I needed him to do. With this card as well, you can go forward. You know, not amazing, but what centre-back do you know that you can run the length of the field with and maybe play a little 1-2 and actually get into the box and potentially score a goal, because his finishing close range isn't great, granted, unless you give him a gladiator, of course. But from distance, it's not actually that bad. Now, I know there are defenders in the game. Hermoso is probably quite decent at going forward amongst others. But yeah, Marusic, for a very low-rated card that I am purely reviewing from an objective standpoint. Now, I've given him a 95 overall. That doesn't mean he's better than, I don't know, insert fantastic defender here. I can't name one. He's not better than Maldini. He's not better than the Moments Puyol, for example. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, he's not very good anyway. But he actually is. Go use him. He's fantastic. He's not better than Foot Birthday Hermoso. I'm not rating him against those type of players. I am reviewing him purely from an objective standpoint, and in particular managerial masterpiece, because that's exactly where I expect to find this guy residing for the rest of the game. He is 81 rated. You need a 79 rated team. He is a perfect rating for that game mode, and I would imagine people are going to be building Italian league teams around him because it's not an easy nation to link. But he's fantastic in general, considering his rating. But against other players who are going to be of the same sort of similar ratings, he's just going to be outrageous. He's going to be almost impossible to get past. And that's one of the things that really impressed me, was he was holding his own against Mbappe's and Ronaldo's and all sorts. So when you go into Managerial Masterpiece and you're playing against mid-80 rated players, okay, you're going to get the odd Mbappe, the odd Ronaldo and whatever, but for the most part, you are going to be defending against sort of mid-80 players. He is going to more than hold his own. He's not going to feel out of place at all. What a brilliant card this is. Now, of course, he's not cheap. He's going to cost you about 40,000 coins, which, you know, it's a little bit of a pricey card for an 81 rated, but I think you get your money's worth, especially because you're going to get that edge in Managerial Masterpiece if you still need to go in and do objectives, or, you know, even in icon swaps and stuff like that. You could definitely use this guy. I had a lot of fun with him, but I needed that Chem style. I don't know about you guys. If you've used him, let me know how you think or how you feel. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.